Hey, welcome back to Eepa's Kitchen. Today we're going to do one of my favorites. This is a country fried steak. So we're going to use some cube steak. Got some seasonings, a little bit of flour and egg wash. We'll batter it up. We're going to fry it in a little bit of olive oil. We're going to make a gravy for it, a white gravy that goes along with it. Got some mashed potatoes and green beans to go along. Those are my favorite sides to go with this dish. So we're going to go ahead and get started with it. The seasonings today, real simple. Again, you pick whatever you want to do. What I like is there's a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper, it's a quarter teaspoon of salt, and then I've got a half teaspoon of black pepper, garlic, and paprika in here. So we're just going to mix those all up. And once we get a mix, we're going to season the meat, and then we'll dip it in the egg wash, which is just 2 eggs and quarter cup of milk, I guess I put in there. We'll dip it in there. We'll put in the flour. We'll put it back into the eggs and back in the flour, kind of doubled it up. We'll set it aside. I've got a pan over here with a little bit of parchment paper on it. And then we're going to bring it over to the stove. And we're going to fry it in some vegetable oil. You can use canola oil if you want. It's pretty much just whatever you got in the cupboard that's a preference for you. We're just going to sprinkle all of this over everything. Get it nice and coated on this side. Then we'll flip it and we'll coat the other side. If you like it a little spicier, you can add a little bit more of your peppers. You can also add like seasoned salt. If there's a seasoned salt you like out there, like a Lowry's type of thing, whatever, you can do that too. This seems to work for us. All right. We'll go ahead and we'll start putting these in the egg wash. Just dip it on both sides. And over here I got a cup and a half, 2 cups of flour. And then we'll go ahead and we'll do it again. All right, first one is ready. All right, we're gonna clean up and then we'll go over to the stove and we'll get these fried. All right, so we're gonna get our cube steaks in here. The oil's shimmering, so we know we've got a good amount of heat going. There we go. We might have to do this in 2 batches. We'll see if they all fit. Yeah, we're gonna leave that last one to do it separate so we don't overcrowd this. So when we're done, we're gonna pull them out. We're gonna cook for about 2-3 minutes on each side. We got a nice golden brown. Once they're done, we'll take them out. We've got a pan over here with a little bit of foil on it. We're gonna cover it with a little foil so it stays warm because we're gonna use this pan to make our gravy in. So we're gonna let these fry for a little bit. We'll come back, we'll check them, and we'll turn them, and we'll go from there. All right, so we're frying away over here. We're gonna go ahead and turn them. You see it, nice golden brown color there. That's what you want. You can also see the juices are coming out the top of the steak. It's kind of an indicator that you're cooking away. That last guy turned over. Oh yeah. All right, we're gonna leave those for another couple, 3 minutes. Come back, we'll probably pull them, and then we'll get that last one on, and then we'll start our gravy. All right, it's been another couple minutes. These are ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and grab our pan and turn it over so you can see the bottom side. We got a nice color on it. Drain some of it off. I get a little grate here and some foil on the bottom just for cleanup. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it with a sheet of foil just to keep them warm. All right, we'll get our last one in. All right, we'll give that one a few minutes. We'll check it, flip it, same routine. We'll be back, we'll start the sauce. Okay, so we got our steaks out. I drained off all but about 4 tablespoons of the oil. Put it into a heat safe container. It's over here. Let it cool off. So the oil is hot. You can see it kind of smoking there a little bit. We've got about 6 tablespoons of flour here, and we're going to slowly add it and just start whisking it into the oil. We're going to make a little bit of like a roux, just like a little bit of a paste. So once we get this stirred in, we'll slowly add in some milk, and we've got about 3 cups of milk that we'll add to it. Now, one thing about this, sometimes it just gets a little bit too thick for the amount of oil you have. And what we'll do is we've got that extra oil that we saved that's behind me that you probably can't see. We'll add some of that if we need to. It looks like we're going to be pretty close, like we won't need it today. And so we've got all that flavor from the bottom of the pan where we fried the steaks. So the seasoning from that was on the steaks, and then that egg wash and flour. Yeah, this is just a little bit clumpy, if you can see that. So I'm going to add just a little bit of this oil back in just to thin it, just a touch before we add in our milk. So maybe another half a tablespoon there. Yeah, oh, that's much better. You see how it's not clumped up, it's more of just a paste on the bottom now. That's what we're looking for. So that's nice and heated up. And so as I said, I got about 3 cups of milk here. We're going to slowly start pouring it in, and we'll just whisk it in there. We want to make this gravy. When we get to a point where we've got it in there, we'll let it simmer for just a bit to thicken. Taste it. Maybe toss in a little bit of salt and pepper. And at that point, it'll be time to eat. And if you overdo it a little bit with the milk, you can always add a little bit more flour in to thicken it up. All right, this is going to simmer for just a bit, and we'll just keep checking it and stirring it till it gets to the consistency we're looking for. Probably about 5 minutes. The color looks great though. You see all the spices in there? Yeah, it looks really good. All right, so we're at the consistency we want. I cut the flame back a little bit. I just gave it a taste. The salt is good. It's just a little light on the peppery flavor. So we're just going to add a little bit. And again, this is just a preference. You're going to have to make that determination on your own. But we're just going to add a little ground pepper just to kind of give it a little more zip. I also like when I'm doing this is you've seen we've made the Eepa sriracha sauce. I like a little couple dashes of that in my gravy, but I don't do it here. I'll do it on like for my own plate. I just like a little more spice. All right, so we're going to be good to go there. I got that all the way on low. Mashed potatoes have been whipped. Those look great. Green beans are steaming. See how we're doing. Green beans are good to go. It's a technical way, you know. All this years of science involved, just pull one out and bite it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this stuff plated up. We're going to make a drink, and we're going to have some lunch. Okay, we've got our steak on the plate. We're going to go ahead and add some whipped potatoes. These are just, some russet potatoes that I boiled. I whipped them with some butter, a little bit of cream, a little salt and pepper. I used a big cracked pepper in there. You can kind of see that. Also have our green beans. These were on sale the other day, so we're having those. Add a little butter to them. It's all good. And then we have our gravy. We're just going to have to bring this over to the big pan. We're going to put a whole bunch on our taters. All right. And a little over the steak. All right. There you go. We'll get some butter out in a minute. I'll plop that on there and we're going to eat. All right, drink of the day is rhubarb infused vodka. So this last summer, we had a couple things that went crazy on us. We had a ton of rhubarb and we had a whole bunch of eggplant. You know those people that walk around with their zucchini and hand it out to all their neighbors? That was me with eggplant. I couldn't keep up with it. But I digress there. So what do we do with our rhubarb is we cut it up, we put it in a big jar, we added some quality vodka, use whatever you want. We'd like a little higher quality. And then it sits for about a month in there. Just shake it every couple of days. And when it's done, strain it out through, just your sieve or whatever. And then I squeeze it out through some cheesecloth just to get all the extra flavors and everything. So it's got a nice color to it. You got to like vodka. You got to like rhubarb. This is pretty decent, and it's an easy drink to make, especially when you got a lot going on and you want something cold and crisp. This really hits the spot. So we're just going to pour a couple splashes for us because it is a little dangerous. One of those ones that'll sneak up on you. Oh, that one's Derek's. There's more in that one. And we're going to go ahead and actually. Oh, yeah, that's good. It's got, you can taste a little bit of the vodka. You can taste that rhubarb. It's a little bit almost thick. You get that. And there's some sweetness in it too. So we're gonna have some of this with lunch. All right, so we're ready to eat. The art director thought it needed more color, so we added some pomegranate seeds to plates just so it popped. Plus, they're on sale. We were just eating the hell out of them over here. So we figured, hey, why not add some for lunch? So we're gonna go ahead and taste it, then we'll drink. And Derek can tell me what a great job I did, because remember, we only want good comments here. Gravy. Oh, wow. I get in trouble for saying it, but oh, hell yeah. And you get the crispness of the breading on the outside. And then, you know, the softness of the cube steak on the inside. And, you know, cube steaks aren't always cheap, but you watch them when they go on sale, toss them in your freezer, you're ready to do this. Oh, you know what's good is drag a little of that, slam a little of your taters on there. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. We eat so much while we're doing this that sometimes I don't finish my whole plate. I save it for later. This is gonna be a tough one to not continue to eat through and then waddle on out of the room when I'm done. But what do you think?
This is delicious.
Yeah, how the green beans, I thought they turned out pretty good when I was eating them right out of the pot. Nice and crisp. If you can get them fresh.
Mm-hmm.
We grow them over the summer. They come in so quick. Yeah, I've never been able to freeze them and have them stick around. So if you guys have any suggestions on freezing green beans out of the garden, let me know. So with that, I'm going to pop a little bit of Eepa's sriracha on mine. Just give it a little more spice. If you guys like this, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Oh,
I'm going to take some of that too.
Like, share, subscribe, tell your neighbors, tell your friends. And like we said, we really don't like your negativity. So if you don't like it, we don't want to know about it. We like the good comments and the great comments. So from Eepa's Kitchen, Derek, again, nice job. I think we got sound all the way through this one.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy your drink. You guys, have a great one. Thanks for coming in. We think the drink.
That's dangerous.
I told you.
That's dangerous because I normally don't like vodka.
Well, you
That's
don't.
dangerous.
Yeah, it's not that strong vodka taste. You can taste it; it's there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's
But
covered.
so little.